This is Amy, and it is Wednesday, so time for our weekly market update. I'm going to give you a little hint of what's been going on in LaFleur County real estate. New listings, there were 15. 0 to 100, there were 2. 1 to 200, there were 4. 2 to 300, there were 3. 3 to 400, there was 2. Then it jumps to 500 and up, and there were 4. And 2 of those were over $1 million. So we've got something for everybody in the LaFleur County market right now. Pending, there were 8 that went pending, none in the 0 to 100. In the 1 to 200, there were 5. In the 2 to 300, there was 1. In the 3 to 400, there were 2. And then in the 500 and up, there was 1. So closed, there were 19 that have closed. There have been a lot of closings this last 7 days, and I can speak to that myself. It's been fun to be at the title company so much. So 19 of those, 0 to 100, there were 7. 1 to 200, there were 5. 2 to 300, there were 4. 3 to 400, there was 1. And 4 to 500, there were 2. So great real estate activity this last week. There were 15 price reductions in LaFleur County that I saw. And where I pull my data is a combination of the Tulsa and the Fort Smith MLS for LaFleur County. There's a couple of agencies that primarily use Tulsa, and then the rest of us use Fort Smith as our primary MLS, but lots of us are on both of them. So I have been busy. I know all the other realtors have been busy. There have been some situations that have been getting multiple offers. So buyer activity is pretty good right now. I want to talk just a second about financing options, because I think if you haven't bought a house in the last several years, or maybe never bought a house, you might be unaware of what your options are on financing. So what I encourage you to do is get with a trusted realtor. We all have great lenders that we have relationships with who will walk you through the pre-qualification process and figure out the best route for you, how much down payment you might have to have. There are instances where there's no down payment required depending on your qualifications, or maybe you might get an FHA loan, which is just 3.5% down. So I think there's a misperception that you have to have 10 to 20% down, and there are certain loans where that is the case, but there's lots of other options where you have to have much less cash on hand to get into a house. So a realtor can walk you through that. I would love to be that realtor. So let me know how I can help you. This is Amy Hall with Keller Williams. Have a great day.